Okay, so Teddy, you want to come up and say a couple things? A note here. Teddy DiBartolo wants to come up and DiBartolo. Sorry about that. I said it 15 different ways already tonight. One of our first players on the first team. So here you go, Teddy.
Thank you. Allow me to get my notes out. I'll make this brief, by the way. I know the cocktails are wearing off back there, and you guys are probably sugar crashing from all that ice cream. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the history of this program. I can't believe it's been almost 10 years now, and it's really flown by. This is the most important relic in the history of Benet Lacrosse. Does anybody want to guess what this helmet is? It is a lacrosse helmet. It's not my helmet. It is my helmet, but it's not. It's covered in dust. Here you go, pass it around. Does anybody know what colors those are? What school in the area? Navy and orange? Naperville North. I bought myself that helmet because I was convinced I was going to Naperville North. Everyone in life is a best friend. I met mine when I was in 5th grade. He moved here from Connecticut, and he brought lacrosse along with him, and I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my whole life. So I started playing, and that's how I met Coach Tillett over there when I was in 6th grade. And then my parents told me in 8th grade, oh, by the way, you're going to Benet. And I said, no, I'm not. And they said, oh, yes, you are. So I did what any rebellious 12-year-old would did. I went out to Lacrosse America, and I bought myself a Naperville North helmet to rub it in their face. No, I'm not. I'm going to Benet. This is the helmet that was never worn. This helmet is covered in dust because it sat in my garage for the past 10 years. I may have played summer ball with it, but this was never worn while I wore my Benet jersey. So what I did, in 8th grade, my mom and I went to Hobby Lobby and bought some poster board, and we went to Benet Academy, and we put up a sign on the wall, interested in playing lacrosse. We had an informational meeting on Valentine's Day, and 20 people came. 19 were boys. There was a girl who thought it was a girls' team. I was absolutely crushed. I had 19 guys. None had ever played lacrosse before. We had a coach who was a senior at a different high school. And I was the assistant coach when I was 12 years old. They had 7 games. I think they scored 2 goals in the whole season. And that was our charter year. I came back my freshman year expecting the worst. And there was twice as many guys who came out. And the people who had played the first year stuck with it, and they had gotten a lot better. By my junior year, we had won a state championship in the B League, as many of you guys know. That growth is very, very quick to go from a charter program to a state championship team that quickly. My senior year, we played Lake Forest in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and we couldn't score a goal on them. And I thought our team had plateaued. I thought, okay, this is as good as Benet's ever going to be. And that's because in our story, we're always the protagonist. Every culture around the planet has some version of the afterlife because it's so hard to believe that when I'm gone, how can the story possibly continue? I'm the main character. And that's exactly what I thought was going to happen with Benet Lacrosse. Little do I know, 3 weeks ago, probably 3 months ago actually, I'm sorry, I get an email from my mother for laxpower.com, and I see Benet Lacrosse is #1 in the state. I like closed my computer and opened it one more time to make sure it wasn't a dream. I could not believe it. The teams that we weren't even allowed to play, we couldn't even get in the same league as them. You guys were going toe-to-toe with giants. And I was so, so incredibly proud of you guys. So please keep that up, and I'm very, very proud of what you guys have done. For the seniors, I want to welcome you guys to Player Alumni. It's a pretty elite club. I hope to get to meet some of you guys. Once you guys are of age, we might organize some social events. And one final thing, the Mann brothers. I'd like to thank you guys for something. You guys remind me a lot of my brother and myself in that your number choice of your jerseys. My brother and I chose the exact same numbers as well. And we were always very sure to stand next to each other in pictures. Thank you, Benet Lacrosse, and God bless.
Okay, that's great. I mean, it really is nice to have